All right. Welcome to another episode of Status Quotables. I am your host, MIC, and I'm here with my man Dev, but we're going to do it a little bit differently this time. Um, Usually I'm the one asking the questions and doing all the stuff, but today Dev is going to do it. He's going to interview me.
That's
So,
right.
you ready?
I'm ready. Peace, beautiful people. Mike, let me just say before we get started, man, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of everything that you're doing, man. I am honored, and let's chop it up. Let's build.
No doubt. I just want to say too, of course, this you are also a host of Five Things Off the Wall.
Yes,
You
yes, yes, yes.
also have another podcast or for real estate in which you help, give back to the community.
Yep,
So
yep.
only natural, on that. And two other things. One, I wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Council for the hat.
Big shout out to the homie.
And my brother Bigway for the Brothers Making Moves, in which all the profits goes back to his mentoring program.
So here's the thing about that, right? See, I have mine. Had you told me we was going to do that,
okay,
I would have wore mine. Big shout out to the bro Bigway, Go Mob. You know he is my friend.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? So yeah, let's get it going.
I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. Yes, sir.
Right, so check this out, Mike. So name of the album, Status Quo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those who don't know, you've been a hip hop artist for 20 plus years. When I first met you, you know, in South Carolina State, shout out to SC State.
SC State, Bulldogs all day.
Yeah, one of the things I knew you for outside of being from up top was the fact that you was in a group called Cypher. Mm-hmm. And at every event that was going on, y'all was there rocking out.
Yeah.
So I know at that time the plan was to, really that pop off and, y'all do your thing as far as with the group. But, obviously life happens and, you go ahead and make a pivot and become a successful teacher, a successful family man. But now, you circle back and to me, it seems like, you never lost that passion and that fire. It was just all about the timing.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's you basically put it in a nutshell.
Okay.
With the group, we went as far as we could go at that particular time. We actually had deals on the table with Universal,
right,
and Ichiban Records and stuff like that. It's just we were more passionate about creating the music than understanding the business.
Okay.
And so with that being said, it kind of led to our downfall because we trusted other people with our business.
Yeah.
And when you do that and you're now on top of your business, it's not going to really work in your favor.
Okay.
And so, things happen, and salute to the brothers. Everybody is going on to, do different things. And some of us are still doing music to this day. Right. And so from there, actually for me, it's other stories, and that'll be for another time, in which I just stopped doing music. One of the main reasons was because I became a father. And when I got the announcement that I was having twins, I just had to figure out, the best ways, what was more lucrative for me at the time to move on.
Right.
And so I let it go. And,
which is where the pivot came in from.
Yep, where the pivot came from.
Okay.
And so like the start back came like during the beginning of COVID. Like we were, on a group chat and a couple of us, me, Rain, Dre, Arson, and VAR, and we were all talking about like, hey, let's do something. Let's pretty much let's get the band back together. So I'm like, word, let's do it. I'm all hyped, but hadn't even written a rhyme, like a whole thing in like 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I was like, let's go. And then my brain opened up. I contacted one of my people from back home. Shout out to Jay Hall of Beats. I contacted him and he sent me some tracks. And so I let the fellas hear them. And like, first person to get back to me was D Arson. He sent it back with his verse on it. I was like, oh nah, he's not gonna do me like that. And so I just started writing.
Yeah.
And and then my brain, started opening up. And so to pivot on to that. So in the process of doing that, I just kept writing. And then I got in contact with Rel 77. When Rel got in contact with me, he was like, yo, I got beats. And
now, did you know Rel 77 already? Did y'all already have a prior relationship?
Yeah, but it wasn't music or anything like that. I knew him, and and so like we're all on Instagram together, and he saw that I was putting something together, and he DM'd me, is like, yo, I got beats, and I was like, okay, cool. And so he sent me like 60 beats, and so I'm like, okay. I just started writing. So like in the process, like what people really don't understand is like in the process of writing this album, I wrote the Team I Am album. I'm on every song on that one, and I wrote my solo album, Time Waits for No Man.
Now it's the Team I Am album, the album that all the other brothers are on as well.
Yes, that's on it.
Got it.
And so we're testing Anchor. We put out Anchor. And so we're seeing see what's going on with that. We need, that joint hot, but we'll get, we're gonna get to that in due time. So
yes.
At the same time, we started putting this project together, and like, so I started noticing the beats that he was sending me. I'm not gonna say they were all in the same vein, but when I wrote to them, I was writing in the same vein. So this is like during BLM, everybody's outside, even in a pandemic. But these are things that I've been feeling way before this, just being a Black man in America. And so I just started writing in that vein. And so when I felt like I was done with the project, I took the best 8 out of the 10, 12 I wrote for it, and I put them together and got status quo.
That's what's up. Because of the climate that we're living in and the timing that it happened, one of the things you said was that, your mind just opened up and you were just basically going off of everything that was around you. So do you think that the album and the pen that the songs that you selected to be on the album, do you look at it as a form of therapy?
Yes. Okay. Because if like you can't podcast, regular television, satellite radio, it was everywhere, and just life in general was everywhere. And so I needed an outlet because I'm, you feel, I'm not going to speak for every Black man in the world. I'm just going to speak for myself. At the time, you kind of feel like helpless and powerless, and you feeling like, to me, it's feeling like being like one of the most endangered species on this planet.
Right.
And, like one of the songs, I start out like that, just saying that because this is how I feel. Like, I can't even go to the store to just get food for my family without worrying about getting there and being pulled over, worrying about going to the store and being harassed, worrying about people clutching their pocketbooks and all these other things when I could really give a damn about that. I'm just trying to feed my family and keep it moving. So
Right. So let's talk about the album itself, right? Let's continue to dive deep into the album. So you have 8 tracks on there, right?
Yep.
Let's talk about some of them. What track do you feel was the most important to you that you want people to really hear? I mean, I know all of them are important, but do you have one that's like, yo, I really need, if for nothing else, I need y'all to listen to this one?
Wow. That's hard. It's like picking your favorite kid, what I'm saying? But I got 3. So I think okay, so like I'll put it like this, right? So motivational purposes, I would say Feel the Dreams, right? Feel the dream / faith. So I'm kind of like wiggle around this. Like that's for like, if you wanted to hear motivational music, that's pretty much the 2 that go with, like that will motivate you, that motivate me. And as far as important, I would say Status Quo and Any Given Moment. And Any Given Moment is, all I did was, it's more like a spoken word type rap talk. All I did was just give a depiction of what happens every day. What we've seen happen every day, what we've experienced, and those of us experienced that live to talk about it, we're fortunate. Others have experienced this too and never lived to talk about it.
Right, man. People can listen to your album and be like, damn, I can relate to that. And I really feel where he's coming from. The words can really resonate in somebody to motivate them to do something different that they may be doing right now.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. All right. So you got this. So you got the album out. You did a video. You and the homie Mr. Council. Shout out
to Mr. Council.
So you did the video, and y'all going out there pushing, trying to make moves and push units. So what's the plan moving forward with that?
With this particular project, we're gonna take it, as far as we can go. Like a lot of the songs I wrote, like I see them in like on TV shows and movies and stuff like that, because it's all motivational music. Like this project, in some sense, isn't personal. Like it's not like it's my life, but not like my life. So as I say that, this is like insert Black man here, insert oppressed person here. that type of thing. So it can relate to most people. It's not just my personal life, because I purposely wrote all the songs that way, not to just give my personal experiences per se, but just see through the eyes of other people. So I want to push that so that can be in certain movies and TV shows where, you know, the background music to it. So that way it gives it, because I believe that music is a soundtrack to life, right? So for every song, you know, for every situation, you can put a song to it.
Right.
And so this is, you know, this project has songs like that you can put for situations that we've all experienced or, you know, have heard about through, you know, secondhand. So that's what I want to do with it. And so sometimes, like, I feel also that it may take a while to digest this project, only because it's not club music, and I'm not just rapping a rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done that. I can do that. I'm not rapping a rap. And, you know, besides, you know, certain places in the country, everybody not in the club no more. So this is the time for you to, like,
except Atlanta.
I ain't want to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say that. Atlanta and Houston, salute to y'all. Atlanta and Houston, salute to y'all. Y'all wildin'.
Yeah, but I think Atlanta got the cure, man. I don't know, because people be out here crazy.
Crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, hey, I need to see y'all like 14, 15 days later and let me know how that went for that party. But,
my goodness.
But yeah, so that's what this project is about. And I just wanted to, I felt like it was the timing, this is the timing for it. This is the timing for it while the world has slowed down. It gives you an opportunity to listen. Like, you know, people don't get out much, but if you are like, and I make, that's also on purpose. The songs are short. The album's only like 21 minutes. So if you were going to the grocery store, or you were going to go get something, you could have the whole album listened to either on the way there or on the way back. Right. So, you know, in that way, you can digest it. And then it's so quick, you be like, oh man, I thought the song was going to be longer, and bam, it's out. But that's also for you to keep listening. And I think it has a good replay volume if you're on that frequency.
That's dope. I understand that. So let's talk about that. Let's stay right there for a moment and dive a little deeper, okay? Because one of the things that you just said, which was dope, was the motivational piece. You know, what you was trying to get across to people, and you had a plan on how you can try to keep people's attention.
Yeah.
Awesome. But here's the thing, right? Like, you know, you got back into this when you say you wasn't rhyming for like 10 years, right? Now, some people would say, yo, us of a certain age, why are we going back doing this rap thing, right? Or you will have some people who say, you know, there's an age limit on rhyming, right?
Right.
I tend not to agree with that, because I'm on the side of, how can you tell somebody to stop doing what they're passionate about? Okay. There's other people who's on the other side of it, but the funny thing about this is that I've never had a conversation with somebody who actually is living it in the game, you know, trying to do this thing. So why do you do it? Why do you do it now? I mean, I understand, you know, everything that you said, but, you know, you and I are close in age, and it's like, you know, why now? Why go back to it? Because some people may think rapping is a young man's thing. So what are your takes on that?
All right, so it's several parts to that. So first, if we look at other genres, there's no age limit. Nobody says nothing to the Rolling Stones,
right?
Bob Dylan, like they, you know, damn near about to die on stage, and people and people still like, and people still out there with it. Like people still out there, like groups who had like one hit, they still touring. Eagle, like people have 1-2 hits, they're still touring,
right?
But for us, they put an age limit on it because people don't understand that, like, one, hip hop is still young, so they don't really understand that part of it, right? And secondly, as a people, sometimes our mentality is, if you're in the front, that means I'm in the back, and like, as we know, it's a million artists out there. And like, and a lot of people are like, you know, putting in work and making whole careers out of this. It doesn't take away from you, you know, like that. Like we're the only ones who are seeing that. Like, you know, our culture sometimes the only ones who like to eat each other, feed off each other, versus build with each other.
Right.
And so So
it's like a crabs in the barrel syndrome.
Yeah, it's crabs in the barrel. So no, go ahead. You want to say?
No, I was going to say a crabs in the barrel mentality.
100%. Like that's on status quo on the last song. You know, I said no more crabs in the barrel. We came from pharaohs.
Right.
So we don't understand that. So what happens is, if you don't have guidance, right? You go through this experience and you're only given what you know. So I'm 22, right? If I'm 22 years old, unless my life was horrific, what do I really know? You know what I'm saying? My frontal lobe isn't fully developed yet, right? So, and you got to remember that, like, we're growing as individuals. The same things I was rapping about at 21, I'm not rapping about now. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't so I got to now give you that experience. And then also there are millions of people who are around my age who are going through this. So I don't like, you know what I'm saying? It's not about like, let me delve into the audience in the club or whatever like that. I can make a joint. That's not even a thing. You know what I'm saying? I can make a joint that bounce. You give me the right beat, I'll rock it. It's not an issue. But I'm just saying, on this particular project, I'm reaching those who want to have this knowledge, who share this experience. But hip hop in general is only like 50 something years old. And then if you look at our generation, like our generation, the 80s, 90s babies, like the word hip hop was like late 80s, early 90s. That wasn't even the beginning of rap. That was rap before. So this is a cultural thing. So with that being said, we're the first generation. So why wouldn't I speak for the first generation? How would you know where you're going if you don't know where you came from? And so that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm also speaking from a grown man's perspective. Like I make grown man music because I'm a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, it's nothing wrong with being educated, taking care of your family, you know what I'm saying, and being a positive black man. We need to see more of that. You know what I'm saying? Like the street talk, like, yeah, I know the street talk. I'm from, like, we from blocks where there was that was going on 100 miles an hour. But y'all telling me, like, what you telling me that I ain't heard before or seen or even experienced already. But you're not telling me, like, yo, there's more than that. You know what's on the other side of that? This maturity, life, taking care of your family, because in the end, all you're gonna have is your memories and experiences. So what you want to be remembered for, and what people experience you with. So let that be more positive than negative. And that's all I'm saying.
I love it. I love it. So memories and experiences. I like how you sum that up, because that is so true. One of the other things, Mike, that makes you who you are, and that I admire about you, you know, being the big bro, is how you provide for your family, right? You got 3 beautiful daughters, got a beautiful wife.
Appreciate that.
But you know, this is an added thing onto already what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So talk about the conversation that took place, because I would think that it was an interesting conversation, right? Just knowing who my sister is, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, talk about the conversation that took place, and you know, just the support that you're receiving to be able to do this.
So, you know, at the beginning, you know, my better half was looking at me like, what? You know what I'm saying? And so like, you know, like I got on Field of Dreams, it's like, yo, if you don't believe, no one will. And that's like, yo, that's where anybody, you can tell somebody you doing whatever, but you got to show and prove.
Yeah. And you got to believe it yourself.
Yeah, you got to believe it yourself. Like, you got to, like, this is manifest destiny right here. You got to speak it into existence. And so what I did was I just we had the conversation, and she, you know, she decided to, you know, she just, you know, just not let me, but, you know, go along for the ride, but just waiting to see, you know, what would come of it.
Okay.
And so as I continue to put out, like, you know, create songs and listen, and she began to listen to them, and then it became a little realer. And so then it became real when we finished this project, and then I, you know, had a whole body of work, you know, put it out on streaming services and stuff like that. And then we shot the video. And so, like, then it became real, you know what I'm saying? Like real, like, yo, this is what happens. And she saw the visuals, and like, especially when she saw the visuals for this new video, she was just like, yo, like, I like this. This is what's up. And she liked a couple of songs that I had done. Some she's like, I ain't with that or whatever. And some of them have started growing her. She plays the album on her own.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? So
that's dope.
That's where it went with it.
You know, it's amazing, man, because, you know, it's like, you know, you go ahead and you be able to do this, and you know, you get the success from it, but the success is all for naught if you don't get the support that you need from your mate. So it
Yes.
makes it so much more greater that you are receiving that support. You know what I'm saying? That you continue to keep going.
But I'll
Good.
say this. No, I'll say this. Everything comes with sacrifice, as you know.
Absolutely.
And so it was hard making this project because like I'm now focused on music and on that frequency, and then it takes away from everything around me. So sometimes I don't even know it. I find myself like in my phone writing lyrics in the middle of the day, and I'm not paying attention to what's going on, or I'm up all night recording and still got to get up and do my day job and take care of my kids and stuff like that. And I'm super tired. And like all these things came with sacrifice. And so when this project finished, it was a relief in some sorts, because I was like, okay, I can refocus now. But the truth is you can't, because now I got to push the project and I'm doing other things.
Yeah. Now you got to promote it.
Yep.
Interesting. So let's talk about some of the promotions. Who have you been working with as far as getting the buzz out there for the music?
So I've been working with my damn self. You know what I'm saying? Like nah. I'm just kidding. Nah. Okay, so now realistically, realistically though, I've been working, like, shout out to Mr. Council, you know what I'm saying? And you know, for he put the play together for the video. You know what I'm saying? Like, so and shout out to Esco, the director of the video. And so we sat down, we put the play together to give it that look, but like each day, and shout out to Rail's been,
shout out to the homie Rail.
Yeah, Rail posting, you know what I'm saying, doing things like that. But like for the most part, it's me every day coming up with different ways, busting people in their head with all these different looks to promote. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been doing 5 days up to fate, 4 days up to fate. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. Just doing whatever I can on that aspect before I take it to like a larger scale, where I get with one of these companies and they do the mass out casting for it. But I'm learning, like, this is a learning experience for me, again, because it's a different game. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to being out in the streets selling, like moving out. We start, like, when we ended, with the group and stuff like that, we were it was in the digital age. So we done, like, when mp3.com was actually a place before all these other places. We were one of the first artists on there and moving our product and stuff like that. And then Hand to Hands and different little things of that nature. But this is a whole nother game. This digital game is a whole nother game. It's easier and harder in the same space because people's attention spans are like this.
Correct.
So now they have machines that'll do things for you. So that's my next step into it. But I had to learn that, but I also wanted to figure out what I can do on my own, because like I said at the beginning, when you trust other people with your business, you end up being disappointed.
Right. All right, great. So that's the present state right now. Future state, 2 years from now. What we talking about? What's the plan? What's the vision? 2 years from now?
When the world opens up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping to do shows. I'm my live show, I'm good money on that. You know what I'm saying? So
yep.
Hoping to do shows, get around. Also, get with a couple of brands that fit within what I'm trying to do. So I can push the positivity, but also help promote the projects that I'm putting out. And then, like, I'm working on a couple of books and some movies and screenplay stuff that I want to do. So, like, I'm working on my company. My company is called Push the Pen.
Push the Pen.
Yeah, Push the Pen. So, like, that's in all aspects. That's just not music. Like, I love music, and music is not my end all be all. But like, I see myself doing things. Like, I want to be a creative for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Whatever aspect that is.
Good. So for people who don't know, who's watching this for the first time, how can they get the album? So
the album is on all streaming services. You can buy it on there. You can stream it on there. You can also get it on Bandcamp. MIC Rel 77 on Bandcamp. It's there. It's there for you to have. I make it, if you go to my page, MIC PDP, which is MIC Push the Pen. On Instagram, you can you know, click the link at the top and get it. And you know, I'm there. You know, you can go to Apple, Google me. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll come up. I'm there. We there. Like yo, there's no excuse. Like yo, you can listen to it. You can listen to it on your service. You can listen to it on Bandcamp for free or buy it. I appreciate everybody, all of you who have actually bought it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. That has helped. You know what I'm saying? Helped me do some other things. Got my logo coming and all that stuff that. So, you know, that's where you can find it.
That's what's up, man. And before we wrap up, is there anything that you want to leave to people? Any type of motivation? Any type of free game gems that you want to leave them?
Follow your dreams, whatever that may be. You're never too old, never too young to follow your dreams. And the journey, like you'll enjoy the journey. The journey may be hard, but you'll enjoy the journey, and you just keep pushing. Believe in yourself. Like you have to believe in what you're talking about, and also know that those closest to you may not even believe, or they'll believe later when they see you moving. Right. And so you just got to, you got to keep it up, whatever that is. And it's also 100% most important to just be you in it. Like you portraying an image. When you portray an image, you have to live up to that. Yeah. So whatever that is, and there's consequences that come with all of that. So you just need to do that and be your own motivation. You know what I'm saying? Look to others for guidance and learn how to build with people, but be your own motivation, because in the end, it's only going to move as you move it. And so, listen to Status Quo. I got, TMIM, I got that coming. Listen to Anchor. I got Time Waits for No Man coming. And the Status Quotables.
Which is what we're doing right now.
What you're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? I got about another 4 episodes on Tuck. I'll be releasing them. But and I want to thank you, Dev, for even doing this with me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, man.
Yo, man, call me anytime, man. I'll do it whenever you need it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
All right, bro.
All right. So this is MIC, and this has been another episode of Status Quotables. I appreciate everybody listening. Love.